What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series, and today is Discord Friday. Join Discord by clicking that link in the description below. Subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. It is much appreciated. So today, something different. We are going to be watching. So the last video breakdown I did, somebody was selecting as fast as they could. And now I want to show somebody not only in a bare warehouse, but we are selecting at ease. And I guarantee this person's making their times. He has been a long time Discord member. I've talked to him so many times on Discord, and I know he's making his times. And you're also going to see certain things that he does throughout this order that is establishing a system. Guys, before we get to today's video, I just want to throw out, rest in peace to my brother-in-law, Tommy. He was crossing a road and he was 48 years old, and he got hit by a car and he passed away. Long week for us. The funeral was on Wednesday. And I just want to say, we know life is short, but, life is precious. Be kind to people, treat people with respect. I teach my kids all the time, don't be holding grudges with your friends or anything like that, because it's anybody at any given time. We are here for a short period of time, and just kindness and whatever you can to make everybody around you a better person is what I shoot for. I haven't always been that way, but I have been lately. I'm very happy to be where I'm at, and it just really sucks that we had to experience this last week. So just with that being said, guys, let's get on to today's video. I just wanted to get to that. So we are in a bare warehouse, all liquid, so we're going to have spills all over the place. In my warehouse, we do have to report spills. I do want to pause this for a second because I want to say something. We always say select on the same aisle that you're in. So I'm imagining all this stuff came from right here at the beginning. You're also going to see a lot of floor slots on this warehouse. When you get floor slots, that's all this stuff over here. This is all the stuff in the racks, and this is all the stuff on the floors. You tend to walk a little bit more because they start getting pushed back. So we're stacking product on the floor, and what we're going to do is once this gets selected, we're going to drop this pallet down, and then we're going to select this pallet, drop this pallet down. And as you keep doing that, stuff tends to get pushed back, and we're just going to keep covering more ground. The way Sam throws through this, and I didn't even inquire about his standard at the end of the time because I know he made his time, but I just want to show you at ease him selecting. So you do this as much as you can. Now this is establishing your system. So we did select cases over here, and we're walking over here and placing them right here. And you can only go so far, because I call these problem cases just like the LaCroix and stuff like that in the dry goods warehouse. These have slippery cases on, so him tying these cases in are definitely going to make this pallet a lot stronger. I do want to point out this stack of wood back here, guys, 18 high. There should be nothing stacked over 18 high, especially in a cross aisle. This is relatively okay stacked, but it does not take much for a pallet of wood to fall over and really injure somebody. Somebody could run into this. You have a new inexperienced selector in the warehouse. They're going to run into this stack and knock it on you. Highly frowned upon. This is a huge no-no. See how he lifted this case up and then threw that in? That's part of knowing your system. He does, so he got the hand scanner, and I also heard it. I muted the video as always. Mute the video. He has a hand scanner, but I did hear he has earpiece in. I think he's probably just listening to music, but I did hear talking, so I don't know if his hand scanner actually talks. But I don't know the pattern, guys. That's another thing. So he came out of the cell, selecting a few cases here, probably because this selector was here. So you probably come out like this and go this direction. And he was just doing that. But we got more floor slots. You're going to see Sam. So guys, what do you do in this situation right here? We got a guy moving, or selecting in front of you. Maybe he has more product that he's selecting than you. Do you wait, or do you just keep moving? Sometimes I like to keep moving. I walk, you're getting extra steps in. So now he's further away from his jack. It is what it is, but sometimes the name of this game is just to keep moving. And the way he's driving backwards, obviously, I'm going to tell you as a new selector, this is highly, highly, highly frowned upon. Do I drive forks first? Of course I do. And it's because I'm just experienced at the jack. But when you are inexperienced, it's very easy to fish till this jack going backwards, and you could wreck into this stack of wood and knock it over, or you could wreck into the rack. So this right here, yeah, that's a veteran move right there, squeezing in between a pallet of, and the person. So just be careful with your jack. And it's just the direction that he was in. Instead of turning around, he's just finding this to be an easier way. Just be careful. You know, it's like, that's all. You know, when you're going backwards, forks first. And a lot of warehouses do write you up for this. Now, this right here, when I first seen this, I was like, why did he do that? And then I realized that's his last case. This is part of establishing your system. He knows this is his last case. The next out is getting into even bigger stuff because we got out of the cans and we're going into beer bottles now. And so double stacking this is going to get me a lot closer to the cases that I'm about to throw on, as you can see right here. And that is why he double stacked that. If he would have left this side by side low, then he would have had unevenness. And he wants to keep tying this in with these smooth cases. And so he double stacked that right there. Just something so simple. Guys, always be cautious of other people in the warehouse. So if you're in a slot selecting and you're standing in the slot on the pallet, always look down the aisle, give a quick look around before you go stepping out, because a new selector will run you over. Not on purpose, it's just they're inexperienced with the equipment. Be careful with shrink wrap on the pallets that you don't trip over it. It can be easily done. We got a pallet in here, not cut, replens, cut your shrink wrap. If you're going to do anything, at least drape it down the front so these people don't have to play tug of war with the, unless they tell you not to cut it. I doubt it. I would imagine replens are supposed to cut these plastics and they're not doing it, and supervision just don't care. But see how we're constantly tying everything in? These are heavy pallets, you know, all liquid, all beer. So we're going to have heavy loads. So we got to make sure that we're tying these things in. All right, so now we went around the warehouse. We're up on the other side of that stack of wood. See, I don't like that. I really hate that. Look how it's very dangerous. That, to me, that is a huge no-no. Hey, Samuel, I'm curious. Leave in the comment section below. I see this guy sweating up a storm. What state are you in? I want to say you're in South or North Carolina. I can't remember. And how hot is it in this warehouse? I'm curious how hot it is in here. But guys, see how he is selecting with ease? All right, and I promise you he is making well over 100%. It's not about how fast you throw. It's about how easy you make this pallet look good. And when you learn that system, you're going to do that. See right there? So we double stacked this. We got the Corona coming over, and we took this and we tied it in from here to there. Remember, guys, high corner, low inside. It doesn't matter what you select. You should always have that concept in. We kept the middle of our pallet low so we could tie this in. Very nicely done. I do like that a lot. And I tell you guys, I hate plastic pallets, but it looks like everyone in this warehouse is selecting pallets that are plastic. So, but these are the actual plastic pallets that look like plastic, or that pallets. They're not the really cheap plastic ones. So they're a lot stronger. But you see how he's not moving cases multiple times. He puts that case down. He knows exactly where he wants to put it, and he leaves it go. He's not taking it here, putting it up here. He knows exactly where he wants to put that. Guys, this is so important. So this is one of the biggest things of selecting in the warehouse is, when do I start my second base? That is part of learning your system within your probation weeks. Your trainer should be teaching you at this point in the warehouse. You do not want to take these big, strong cases and top off a pallet with it. These are the big, strong cases that we need to start putting on our second base. And you can see he is two-handing these. Trainers usually tell you not to two-hand cases, especially if they're plastic, because if you grab them, they could break open, hit the ground, and bust open. Of course, we grab two at a time. But that second base is really important. It doesn't matter if you're throwing in dairy, produce, dry goods, freezer, bear, it does not matter. And it doesn't matter what section of the warehouse you're in. If you have 5 starting points, you should know where that second base starts at in every single section of your warehouse. If you do not know, then you do not have a system. That is part of having a system. Why? No, they were double pallet jacks. Almost look like you put that on another part of another pallet. Samuel, comment below. These are 2 pallet jacks, so I'm correct. I'm almost positive these are pallets. You did have a gap, so I'm curious, since you left the gap, do you have fork stick? I don't know. If these pallets are shorter, maybe he has his fork sticking out the back and he just put one on the back of the fork. But he looks like he's pretty far back there. So I almost like want to say he has 3 pallets on here. Or they could be the 3 pallets sideways. Maybe that is what it is. It's 3 pallets sideways, possibly. But so I fast forward a little bit here, but you know, he knows exactly where he wants to put all these. Guys, we're in a bare warehouse. We only have probably about 15 different size cases. We got to know where we're going to put them. He did the same thing again, guys. That's part of his system. He knows he wants to tie in his middle, and he could just squeeze a lower case underneath this case. If you put a higher case in, then you're going to have this popped up, and it's going to have you ramping out towards the outside. So when you do this and you have a little lip, you want a lower case that's going to fit under there. Very clean warehouse. This looks like it's almost like a brand new warehouse. It's only a couple years old, it looks like to me. Guys, we're almost done. Just a couple more seconds here. There wasn't too much to look at, you know, from what he gave me, but it's definitely something different. See how we tie in? So we put a case down. And I noticed that with him is that he likes to put this case down first and then go here. So here, right here, guys. So you saw this forklift drive by. So there is time. So if I have a selector, a slow selector, and you start learning your selectors in the warehouse, let's say I needed a case right here. I'm going to read the check digit off. If you're on Vocalect, all right, he has a scanner, unfortunately, so he might not be able to reach that scanner from across the aisle. But if you have a Vocalect system, and there's a slow selector right here, and I need this slot right here. Instead of waiting for this person to move, yell out the check digit, and you could see that there's product in the slot. Say how many you need. I'm going to read the check digit, 324. It's going to tell me to pick 5. All right, I'm going to say 5, and then I'm going to start selecting and hopefully the next case is on this side of the aisle, and I could keep moving. And then once this slow selector or forklift gets out of my way, I'm going to go over and grab those 5 cases. That is one way to keep the progression moving. You never want to wait for somebody. Unfortunately, if you have a scanner, you may have to wait. Because if he has the little finger scanner, which it seems like, it may not reach across the aisle. But with the Vocalect system, you should be able to keep moving. Guys, we only got a couple more cases here. And I want to say here, right here, that's our last case. You know, I want to say, you know, just remember, guys, that towards the end, every warehouse that you're in, it doesn't matter what it is. You should start off with certain size cases and move to smaller cases. And you can see we're getting into the smaller cans. But I just want to show you guys a pallet, an order being built at a slower speed, at ease. He did not move. I don't think he ever moved one case more than once. All right. So we do like that touch once mentality. But I tell you, when you're in like a dry goods setting and you're getting a bunch of those smaller cases, sometimes you do have to move cases around. When you're with bigger cases like a bare warehouse, one time, and that should be it, guys. You know, I am a firm believer in touch once mentality, but to a certain extent. If you have to make your base stronger with a lot of smaller cases, then so be it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you, Samuel, for posting this. Now, I was having a little trouble getting these videos uploaded again. My computer's acting up. So Cole Wolf did leave me a couple more before he left the warehouse, so I'm going to try to get those going as well. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel, join Discord, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend and enjoy. All right, guys. Have a good one.